Hi viewers, I welcome you all to this Programming World channel. In this channel, we created a new playlist for learning C++ programming language. So for that, already I have posted a video to understand the difference between C and C++ programming language syntax. So in this video, I would like to discuss about what about the data types we have in our C++ programming language. Yeah, now we move to this video tutorial. So first of all, we have to know what is the meaning of data types in the programming languages. So the data types, it's playing what a different role for implementing the applications perfectly. So for that, it's having the different role. As I said, the very first one is about to represent the kind of data which can be processed in the computer. Okay, because the computer, that will be the final element which can handle the data. So the compiler or computer, it has to identify the kind of data which is given as an input and the kind of output that could be generated. So in what format that could be printed. So like that, so the data type which helps the computer to take such kind of decisions. So the next one is the data types are required to identify what about the possible operations allowed on a particular type of data. So with the help of that, the compiler can able to classify the operators on the different kinds of data. Okay. So for the case, the data types labels are very much important to classify the operators to perform the corresponding operations on allowed data. Then the next role is the data type which is useful for allocating the memory space, because whenever any data which is given as an input to the computer and whatever results are computed, then the computer has to store the data in the computer memory. So what about the memory space to be used for keeping the values in the memory? For that, the data types are very much important. Okay, so with the help of that, what about the allowed memory bytes to be used for certain type of data which is given as an input? Okay, then the another important thing is the data types are used to frame the logic, because based on the data type we can identify what about the possible operations, and with the help of that we can derive the solutions also. Okay, so to frame the logic, definitely the data types very much important to identify the possible operations which help us to create the solutions effectively. So now I would like to introduce what about the different data types we have in our C++ programming language. Already I have discussed in our C programming language about the different data types in different videos. Okay, right. First I would like to discuss about the classification of the data types here. The first one is what? The number based input. Okay, the input is what? Number type. So when you want to give the numbers as an input to your program, so we have different types of data types. One is what? Integer, another one is float, and third one is double. So these are the popular data types which could be taken for handling the number values. I mean the number data. Okay, number type of data or numerical type of data. Then another data type is about what? Actually non-number, in the sense it is not a numeric type, actually completely about what? Processing the values as per the given input data. So here you can find like character and also the string type. In C++ we have what? String type. So that also I will demonstrate how we can create the string in our C++ programming language. In C actually we have the string type with the help of what? Character pointer or character array. But whereas in C++ that is different. As like integer float, we have the string label which help us to create the string variables. Okay, so now you can see what is the meaning of integer, why we have the integer data type, in the sense to accept the whole numbers. So to make the computer to accept what the whole numbers, both positive and negative values. So here you can see the example. So in this example you can find 23, 45, minus 2, minus 3. So these are all what actually possible values that could be taken as an integer data type. Okay. Then next one is what actually float data type. So the float data type that accepts both whole and also the decimal point of numbers. Okay. So here you can see that 23.0, then 25, 23.57, like that. You see, you can handle whole number and also the decimal point of numbers or values. The next one is the double. So here you have to understand very important point in this is the double also what actually accepting the numeric values, but its range is what actually very high. Okay, so here you can see that the double data types, it is in the it is having 8 bytes of memory space. Okay, it needs what 8 bytes of memory space. So 8 into 8 bits, how many bits? 64 bits. So 64 bits of memory will be used to represent what the number. So what happen is the range of numbers. Okay, so the range, input range, or the maximum range that could be handled in the double is what? Huge compared to float and integer. Okay, so when you have very big scientific values to be processed, so that time we can go with what? Double data type. Okay, right. So now we come to what? The role of character type. So the character, it takes alphabets, alphanumeric or special characters as an input. Okay, so what happens is it takes only one character as an input. So its memory requirement is what? 1 byte of memory space. Okay, then string, as I told you, it accepts what? The collection of characters. Okay, so due to that you can feed characters as a what? Sequence of characters as an input to create the string data or string value. Okay, right. So now I would like to give a demo on this. So here you can see the program. Yes, I have created a C++ program with the help of including input output stream dot header file. Okay, then we have to use namespace for handling input and output functions. That's why we use standard here. So in my previous video about the introduction of C++ programming, there you can find the role of the role of standard. Okay, namespace. Then here you can see that the different data types what I created actually. One is what? Integer data type. So the variable, it is what actually integer. The variable A, it is in integer type. The variable B, it is in float data type. And the variable D, it is in what? Double data type. And the variable C, it is what? Character data type. So beyond that, what I have done is actually what? String data type. Okay, here you can see the string and also a variable which is created, that is what? Yes. And I made one more thing in this, that is what? The Boolean data type. So Boolean data type, that's about what? Handling the flag value like Boolean value like true and false. So here I created a Boolean variable BL and also I have assigned explicitly, that is what? True, the Boolean value which is given as a true. So when you execute that, what will be printed as an output? So that's why I have assigned explicitly as true to the Boolean variable BL. So rest of things, I think you people know that. That's about what CO object. It is an object. Actually, it is not a function. It is an object used to display the data what we have in double quotes. Okay, what we given in double quotes. So enter a whole number that we printed as a message to the user. So accordingly, the user has to give an input. So to take the input, we take what? C in object, console in object. So that object which is used to take the value, and that will be transferred to your variable B. So A, B, C, D all are getting the values with the help of what? Console input object. Okay, D also. Okay. Then we have taken the input for string also by using console input object. Okay. Afterwards, I display the results. In the sense, what about the values we feed as an input, that will be displayed. Okay. So now you can see that I execute this code. You can identify what's happening here. Okay, you can see that there is no warnings, no errors. Okay, so the string is what a data type. It is stored in C++. Okay, so it's asking me to give a whole number. So I'm giving a whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then floating point number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then character wise, I'm giving a single. I have to give only one character. Okay, so I'm giving like C. Then long number I can give it. Okay, so right. Then string wise, I'm giving like C++. Okay, C++. So now you can see that. Okay, the whole number what we given as an input for integer, that is completely displayed. Then the float data what we provided, that is also displayed. In C, what happen is it takes what by default some number of zeros after your decimal point values, but in C++ it displays as it is what we provided. Okay, then you can see the character what we provided, that is what displayed as it is. But actually when you give the double data type value, okay, we give a range, but actually it is given in what? Exponential form. Okay, so we have to do some kind of modifications in what? Taking the exact format of the data how we provided as an input. Okay, but actually if the range of input is what crosses, automatically it goes with what? The exponential form. Then finally the boolean value, in the boolean value explicitly mentioned as what? True. So when it's going to process by the compiler, it takes the flag value like 1. So true, if you give explicitly, so what happen is the value, integer value 1, that will be taken to represent it is what? True. Okay, then as we given the string data type C++, that is completely displayed as C++. Okay, so in this demo we identified how the values, like different kinds of values could be taken to our C++ program, and what kind of things happening in our coding, and also displaying the results. Especially on double data type, you can find exponential form of results displayed when the range, which is what? Increased, okay, compared to the format which can be feasible to display. Okay, I hope you people understand about the data type in our C++ programming language, and also how we can create the data type variables, and also how we can take the inputs, dynamic inputs to our variables with the help of what? Console input objects. Okay, I hope you people understand the role of data types and what are the different roles they are playing in our application development. uh, I request the people, those who are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel, please stay with us. Okay, so you can able to get new videos which helps you to learn programming languages effectively, because we try to provide a very simple way of teaching. We are using a simple method to teach you about how you can able to understand the different programming element. Okay, so if you subscribe, that may be good for you people to get the whenever the new videos are posted. And I request you, if you people like this video, please click on the like button, and also click the bell icon to get the notifications for the new videos. Thanks for watching this.